It's bedtime. Welcome to the world of frosty tales and more, where dreams sparkle and gentle adventures begin. Tonight's bedtime story is about the Snow Fairy Princess, a gentle tale of winter magic, kindness, and dreams that sparkle like snowflakes. Once upon a time, high up in the fluffy white clouds, there lived the most special little fairy princess you could ever imagine. Her name was Princess Snowbell, and oh my goodness, her castle was absolutely magical. It sparkled like a million diamonds and had towers that twisted up to the sky like ice cream cones. Every single morning, Princess Snowbell would dance onto her balcony and say in her sweet tinkly voice, "Good morning, sunshine. Hello, little birdies." And you know what happened when she said those kind words? The whole castle would glow even brighter. That's because magic happens when we use nice words. Well, Princess Snowbell had 3 tiny fairy helpers who loved making her breakfast every day. But here's the really special part. She never forgot to say the magic words. "Please, may I have some warm cocoa?" she would ask with a big smile. And when they brought her star-shaped cookies that smelled like cinnamon, she always said, "Thank you so much, dear friends." The fairy helpers would giggle and dance in the air because it made them so happy when she was polite. They even started singing little songs. Please and thank you, please. These are words that always please. One chilly morning, Princess Snowbell heard a tiny knock on her castle door. Knock, knock, knock! When she opened it, she found 3 little snow bunnies shivering in the cold. Their tummies were grumbling so loudly. "Oh no," said Princess Snowbell. Please come inside where it's warm." She didn't think twice about sharing her breakfast. She gave the bunnies the biggest portions and kept the smallest one for herself. Do you know what happened next? Those grateful little bunnies became her very best friends forever. Because when we share with others, we make the most wonderful friends. But just wait until you hear about the real magic in Princess Snowbell's kingdom. Every time she said please, beautiful snowflakes would start dancing all around her like tiny ballerinas. And whenever she said thank you, the most gorgeous little silver bells would appear and ring the sweetest melodies. One day, a grumpy old troll visited the castle and saw this amazing magic. "How do you do that?" he grumbled. Princess Snowbell smiled and said, "It's easy. Just use kind words from your heart." Soon, even the grumpy troll was saying please and thank you, and magic snowflakes danced around him too. He wasn't grumpy anymore. Princess Snowbell was having tea with her friend Rosie the deer when suddenly a big black crow flew right into the room. "Squawk! Listen to me. Listen to me right now!" he cried, interrupting their conversation. But Princess Snowbell didn't get angry. Instead, she gently said, "Excuse me, Mr. Crow, but Rosie was telling me something important. Would you please wait your turn?" The crow's eyes grew wide. Nobody had ever taught him about taking turns before. "Oh, I'm sorry," he said quietly. "I didn't know I should wait." From that day on, Mr. Crow became the politest bird in the whole kingdom. Oh dear, one day, Princess Snowbell was rushing to meet her friends when, bump! She accidentally knocked over a beautiful ice sculpture that little Polar Pete had spent all morning making. It broke into tiny pieces. Pete's eyes filled with tears, but Princess Snowbell knew exactly what to do. "Oh, Pete, I'm so sorry. That was my fault completely. Please let me help you build an even better one." She knelt down and started gathering the ice pieces. Pete wiped his eyes and smiled. "Together, They built the most magnificent ice castle sculpture ever. Sometimes, when we make mistakes, our apologies can turn sad moments into wonderful adventures. Princess Snowbell decided to throw the most magnificent tea party in the history of the Snow Kingdom. She invited everyone, foxes, rabbits, squirrels, and even a friendly dragon. But there was just one tiny problem. Some of her friends didn't know how to eat politely. Benny Bear was slurping his tea very loudly, and Squeaky Squirrel was reaching across the table without saying, "Excuse me." So Princess Snowbell showed them the magic of good table manners. "Sit up tall like a proud tree," she said. "Use your napkin like this, and always say, 'Please pass the cookies.'" Soon, everyone was eating so nicely that the tea party became the most peaceful and elegant party ever. Even the dragon learned to sip his tea quietly. In a special greenhouse behind her castle, Princess Snowbell had the most unusual garden you've ever seen. The flowers there would only grow when she spoke kind words to them. Every morning, she would walk among the flower beds saying, "You're so beautiful, little flower. You're very special. I believe you can grow big and strong." And guess what happened? The flowers began to glow with rainbow colors. Some grew into star shapes, others into hearts, and the most special ones grew into musical notes that hummed sweet lullabies. The other animals learned that kind words had incredible power. They could make anything grow and bloom with happiness. Even sad friends felt better when they heard Princess Snowbell's encouraging words. One afternoon, little Felix the Fox came running to the castle with tears streaming down his furry cheeks. Princess Snowbell saw him coming and immediately put down everything she was doing. She knelt down to his level and said softly, "Felix, I can see you're upset. Tell me what's wrong, and I promise to listen with my whole heart." Felix told her about losing his favorite toy in the forest. Princess Snowbell didn't interrupt, didn't try to fix it right away, and didn't tell him not to cry. She just listened. And you know what? Just having someone really truly listen made Felix feel so much better. Sometimes the best gift we can give someone is our full attention and listening ears. There was a very shy little dragon named Ember who lived near the castle. He was so small that the big, heavy doors were hard for him to open. One day, Princess Snowbell saw him pushing and pushing against the castle door. "Here, let me help you, Ember," she said cheerfully. She opened the door wide and said with a big smile, "After you, my friend." Ember's eyes sparkled with joy. Nobody had ever been so kind to him before. "I want to help others too," he decided. From that day forward, Ember became known as the most helpful dragon in the kingdom, always holding doors open for smaller creatures and saying, "After you," just like Princess Snowbell had taught him. After a wonderful day of playing games, Princess Snowbell's playroom looked like a tornado had spun through it. Toys were everywhere, blocks scattered on the floor, books piled up like little mountains, and art supplies spread across every table. But instead of leaving the mess, Princess Snowbell had a brilliant idea. "Let's make cleaning up the most fun game ever," she announced. She started singing a silly clean-up song. Pick up, put things away. Cleaning up can be fun all day." Soon, all her friends were singing along. Benny Bear gathered blocks, Rosie Rabbit organized books, and the birds flew around returning art supplies to their homes. In no time, the room was sparkling clean, and everyone felt proud of their teamwork. In Princess Snowbell's special ice flower garden, the most delicate and beautiful flowers grew, but they were as fragile as soap bubbles. One day, she was showing her friends these magical ice roses, when Bouncy Bunny got very excited and reached out quickly. "Wait," said Princess Snowbell gently. "These special flowers need soft, gentle touches. Watch how I do it." She showed them how to move slowly and carefully, barely touching the petals with just one finger. "Ooh, and ah," said all her friends as they practiced gentle touches. Soon, even the bounciest, most energetic animals learned that beautiful things deserve gentle care. The ice flowers seemed to shine even brighter when they were treated with such kindness. The most amazing thing happened when Princess Snowbell opened the magical ice carousel in the castle courtyard. All the animals in the kingdom came running to ride the beautiful ice horses and unicorns that glowed with rainbow colors. But oh my, there was quite a long line. Some animals started pushing and shoving. "Me first! Me first!" they called out. But Princess Snowbell had a wonderful idea to make waiting fun. "Let's play I Spy while we wait," she suggested. "I spy with my little eye something that is sparkling and white. Snow, ice, your dress." Soon everyone was having so much fun playing games and telling jokes that they forgot they were even waiting. When their turn finally came, the carousel ride felt extra special because they had earned it with patience. Princess Snowbell declared every Wednesday to be Helping Hands Day throughout the Snow Kingdom. She put on her special helping apron with little handprints all over it and set out to help everyone she could find. First, she helped Grandma Owl carry her heavy grocery bags filled with acorns and berries. "Thank you, dear. You're such a thoughtful princess." Then she helped the young rabbits with their reading lessons and even assisted Clumsy Cat when he got stuck in a tree. Again. But the most magical thing happened when the other animals saw Princess Snowbell helping everyone. They started helping each other too. "Let me carry that. I'll help you. We can do it together." Soon the whole kingdom was filled with helping hands and happy hearts. When Princess Snowbell visited the Grand Snow Kingdom Library, she discovered something very important about using her voice. The wise old librarian, Professor Hoot, had spectacles that sparkled and feathers that shimmered like silver. "In the library," he explained in the softest whisper, "we use our special indoor voices so everyone can read peacefully." Princess Snowbell practiced whispering and found it was like having a secret conversation. "This book looks interesting," she whispered to herself. Soon, all the animals in the library were whispering too, and it created the most peaceful, magical atmosphere. Professor Hoot was so impressed that he showed Princess Snowbell the special golden books that were only shared with the most considerate visitors. Inside voices weren't just quieter, they were more thoughtful too. Princess Snowbell made the most amazing discovery in the castle kitchen. Every time she gave someone a genuine compliment, beautiful golden snowflakes would appear and dance through the air. Chef Biscuit the Badger was pulling fresh cookies from the oven when Princess Snowbell said, "Oh, Chef Biscuit, your cookies smell absolutely wonderful. They make the whole kitchen feel like a warm hug." Suddenly, gorgeous golden snowflakes began swirling around them both. Chef Biscuit's face lit up with the biggest smile. "Why, thank you, Princess. That makes my heart feel as warm as my oven's." Princess Snowbell learned that compliments were like magic spells. They made everyone feel special and created beauty wherever they went. Soon, the kitchen was filled with golden snowflakes and happy hearts. In a very special round room in her castle, Princess Snowbell learned one of life's most important lessons, the magic of patience. The room had stations showing different things that took time. Bread rising slowly in the warmth, flowers growing bit by bit, and ice sculptures being carefully carved. Princess Snowbell would sit quietly and watch these beautiful processes. "Good things take time," she would whisper to herself. At first, waiting was hard. She wanted everything to happen right away. But gradually she discovered that watching things grow and change was actually quite wonderful. The bread that took time to rise tasted so much better, and the flowers that grew slowly were the most beautiful of all. Patience wasn't just waiting, it was enjoying the journey. During the grand winter festival, the castle corridors were bustling with animals, hurrying to different celebration rooms. Princess Snowbell needed to get through the crowded hallway, but instead of pushing or squeezing past rudely, she had learned the magic words that worked like a gentle key. "Excuse me, please," she said kindly to each group of animals. "May I pass through?" And something wonderful happened. "Of course, Princess. Right this way. After you." Every single animal smiled and happily made room for her. As she walked through, she thanked each one. By the time she reached the end of the corridor, she had made a dozen new friends. Being polite wasn't just good manners, it was a way to connect with others and spread happiness wherever you go. One afternoon, Princess Snowbell and her best friend Freddie Fox had different ideas about which game to play. "Let's play hide and seek," said Freddie excitedly. "But I was hoping we could play tag," said Princess Snowbell. For a moment, they both felt disappointed. But then Princess Snowbell remembered something very important about friendship. "Freddie, I can see that you really want to play hide and seek, and that sounds fun too. What if we play your game first for 10 minutes, then my game for 10 minutes? Freddie's eyes lit up. "That's a great idea, and maybe we can even make up a new game that's half hiding and half running." They discovered that when friends disagree respectfully and work together, they often come up with even better solutions than either one had thought of alone. Princess Snowbell had learned to write the most beautiful thank you letters, and they had the most incredible magic. Every time she finished writing a letter with her special golden quill, something absolutely amazing would happen. The letter would fold itself into the shape of a magnificent ice butterfly with wings that sparkled like diamonds. These magical butterflies would fly out the window and deliver warm feelings of gratitude to everyone who had helped her. "Oh, how lovely! This makes me feel so appreciated." When Grandma Owl received her butterfly letter, thanking her for the story she had shared, she smiled so widely that her whole treehouse glowed. Princess Snowbell discovered that saying thank you in writing was extra special. It gave people something beautiful to keep forever, reminding them that their kindness mattered. Every afternoon at the castle was nap time for all the baby animals, and Princess Snowbell had learned to be extra thoughtful during these peaceful hours. She would tiptoe through the nursery in her softest slippers, moving like a gentle breeze so she wouldn't wake the sleeping fox kits, rabbit babies, and tiny bear cubs. When she needed to tidy up, she would move the toys very, very carefully and speak only in the quietest whispers. Sometimes she would even hum the softest lullabies to help the little ones sleep more peacefully. The baby animals would smile in their sleep because they felt so safe and cared for. Princess Snowbell learned that being considerate meant thinking about others' needs even when they couldn't ask for what they needed. Quiet consideration was like wrapping everyone in a cozy, invisible hug. Princess Snowbell's birthday was coming, and she wanted to plan the most wonderful celebration. But she knew that the secret to a great party wasn't just decorations and cake. It was making sure everyone felt welcomed and included. She spent days creating beautiful invitations, making sure to invite every single friend in the kingdom. For each invitation, she wrote something special. "Dear Benny Bear, I hope you can come to my party. I know you love honey cake, so I'm making sure we have some just for you." When her friends received their invitations, they felt so special and excited. She even asked if anyone had food allergies or needed help getting to the castle. "She thought of everything. I feel so included." By the time party day arrived, everyone was bubbling with excitement. because they knew Princess Snowbell had planned the celebration with love and thoughtfulness for each friend. On her birthday, Princess Snowbell's friends brought her the most wonderfully varied presents. Some were big, some were small, some were wrapped in shiny paper, and others came in simple brown bags. But here's what made Princess Snowbell extra special. She was genuinely grateful for every single gift. When Timmy Mouse gave her a tiny acorn he had painted himself, she said, "Timmy, this is absolutely beautiful. I can see how carefully you painted each little detail. I worked on it for 3 whole days." When Bella Bird brought her a song instead of a wrapped present, Princess Snowbell clapped her hands with delight. What a magical gift! Music is the most beautiful present of all. Her friends felt so happy seeing her genuine joy that they realized the best part of giving gifts was seeing someone appreciate them with their whole heart. Princess Snowbell had learned so much about kindness and good manners that she decided to share everything with all the young animals in the kingdom. In the beautiful outdoor amphitheater, she gathered fox kids, rabbit babies, bear cubs, and deer fawns for the most fun learning circle ever. "Today, we're going to learn the magic words that make everything better," she announced cheerfully. When we want something, we say, "Please," and when someone helps us, we say, "Thank you." They practiced table manners by pretending to have tea parties, learned about taking turns by playing games, and discovered how apologies could fix hurt feelings. But the most important thing Princess Snowbell taught them was this. Good manners aren't just rules, they're ways to show others that we care about them and want them to feel happy. The young animals went home, excited to practice their new skills. As the stars began to twinkle in the winter sky and the moon cast gentle silver light over the Snow Kingdom, Princess Snowbell began her favourite part of every day, saying goodnight to all her dear friends. She walked quietly through the castle corridors, carrying a softly glowing lantern that cast warm, cosy shadows on the walls. At each door, she would knock softly and peek in. "Sweet dreams, Benny Bear. Thank you for being such a wonderful friend. Sleep well, Rosie Rabbit. I hope you have the most magical dreams." As she whispered her caring goodnights, the most beautiful thing happened. Tiny stars would appear and float gently around each sleeping friend, creating the most peaceful dreams filled with love and happiness. And as Princess Snowbell finally settled into her own cozy bed, she smiled, knowing that kindness and good manners had made every single day more magical for everyone in the Snow Kingdom. The end. Sweet dreams, little ones.